Welcome to Open eCry's Trader Training. My name is Toby Gennaro. What I'll be talking about today is understanding your sources of risk so that you can minimize the impact on your bottom line. Let's go ahead and take a look. Here's a list of the most common causes of losing money in the market. The first and obvious one, price just moves opposite of your trade, right? There's nothing you can do about it. It just happens. Usually you can review the trade and there might be something in the charts that you may have missed, or it could just have been an unanticipated news announcement that caused price to respond differently than you thought. There can be gaps in the price action that extend beyond your entry or exit order. News announcements that cause price to move opposite of your trade. Or you could suffer a technology failure which minimizes your ability to respond quickly. And that's why it's a good idea to have your entry, stop, and targets combined into a single order. Your broker's servers will then manage that trade even though you may be disconnected from the internet. Now, we all make mistakes, and this will be a common one as you begin to learn the strategies that we're teaching in the advanced course. So just make sure you learn from each mistake and don't repeat the same ones over and over again. Learn to execute the trading strategies flawlessly. Now, we've talked about this in most of the webinars, looking for gaps in the price action. And even though the trend and momentum look good here, the gaps in price are immediately noticeable, and that should be an automatic no trade for you. So typically you'll see gaps in price where there is low volume during the off hours. After the U.S. cash session hours, you'll see volumes drop off, and then when the markets open in various countries around the world, you'll see some of those volumes come back. So just be aware when you see charts like this, just make it a plan to move on to the next chart and look for another trade. One thing amateurs love to do is to trade ahead of news. Just plan to avoid this at all costs. Trading the first 30 minutes of the market open is usually subject to a lot of news announcements. Just plan to wait it out, let the market absorb the news releases before you look for your trade setups. One proactive thing that you can do for yourself is to always have an economic calendar up on your screen to notify you when major news announcements are scheduled. These are never going to be a surprise. They are always scheduled for a specific time slot. So just be in the habit of checking the news calendar at the beginning of each day so that you know what's on tap for that day's trading. Few things can always go wrong during a trade, but for the most part, depending on where you live, broadband internet access is pretty reliable these days. But just in case you have some kind of internet disruption during a trade, you want to have some phone numbers ready to go in case you didn't have the chance to get your stop loss set up and you need to get out of a trade. Here's the Open eCry support number where customer support can help. And you get this a lot, but again, make it a regular habit of backing up your data, right? Trading platforms store a lot of price history data, and reloading all that history can just add to your recovery time. So do yourself a favor, have a process set up to manage data loss. So once again, know your sources of risk, have a plan to minimize the impact. If you want to learn more about improving your trading, check out the Open eCry website under Education and look for other trading videos and webinars, or you can call customer service for more information and educational events. Thanks for watching Open eCry's Trading Education.